or they get the first draft and they come back with tons of edits, but not because we did a bad job, but because we gave them all these new ideas. And then they're like, okay, this is great, but now you've given me all these new ideas of things I want to put in.
You've been involved in 50 of these projects at some level, so you see patterns in terms of them as human beings, meaning, they come into the process, they're excited, they're nervous, they're both. What is it that you see from your vantage point?
Yeah, there's one of the common trends that presents itself in different ways for different people, but I don't think the process ever works out the way any of our clients expected it to, whether it be they were super prepared and they knew exactly what the book was going to look like, and then that changed, or they came in and they had no idea what it was going to look like, and then we guided them to something amazing. So I don't think anyone comes in actually knowing what the process is going to actually be like for them. But what I do see often is a lot of growth and zoning in. Like, it can't be a general financial advice book. It needs to have a niche or a focus. And finding that focus is the fun part. The advisor that's been doing this for 20 years and has these catchphrases that they've just naturally developed, or these processes that they've naturally developed, but they've never really formally put them down. And then watching the gears turn and seeing the ideas come out, or they get the first draft and they come back with tons of edits, but not because we did a bad job, but because we gave them all these new ideas, because they gave us all this content, we put it in, and they're like, okay, this is great, but now you've given me all these new ideas of things I want to put in. And it's the growth. All of our authors, all of our financial advisors we work with grow throughout the process. If they invest in the process, they grow. And their practice changes just a little bit or a lot through the process. Because some people think they come in with fully fleshed out ideas. And that's the coaching and writing process, is getting all those ideas and all that history and that knowledge and putting it in one place and kind of seeing how it all works together and the different links that they didn't even know were there. It's just this organic process of, you're writing a book, but you're also really just figuring out who you are as an advisor to your core. Like, what values? Some people read a chapter and go, I don't want this chapter. I thought I wanted this chapter. I thought I wanted this content, but this does nothing. And I don't want to do this. And I'm like, okay, take the chapter. It's your book. I'm not ever offended as a writer on the writing side about edits, because it's their book and I give them what they want in the first draft. And so often, like I said, it helps to kind of, oh, that's how I do it. That's my process. I don't want that to be my process. Authors learn so much about themselves, and it's fun to watch. It's fun to kind of go on this journey with people.
Yeah. I mean, it's really holding up a mirror to yourself, right? Almost no one has taken the time to really capture their ideas, have them organized and shown back. And then, one of the things we encourage to get, before we publish, is to get feedback from the people that you trust, because it's such a reputation asset, is that we want to make sure that we're guiding you, but you're also getting, a little bit of broader feedback so that we can incorporate any changes before it goes to publishing and you put it out to the larger world. I just went through this process myself and I finished the book. Personally, I loved it. And then I did 10 feedback calls and I got really good feedback, but it also showed me a couple patterns where I was missing something, right? I could have been more specific about a couple different things, I was so thankful for, because this is ultimately how my market reacts, right? It's like I can have, good ideas, but if I'm not communicating them effectively and tying all the dots together, I mean, ultimately that's what you want to do, so that when your reader reads the book, and if they're in that place where they could use help, it becomes very natural for them to reach out to you and to want to work with you or your firm. And so just the whole process, aside from the given of we're creating a book, I mean, it's so much bigger than a book. I mean, it's the book, which becomes the foundation of more marketing, which becomes the foundation of referrals and relationships and all kinds of stuff. But to your point, it's you come in, thinking I'm writing a book, and you are, but you leave with a book and just a bigger understanding and vision of who you are and who you want to help.
And that's the benefit of having a coach is a coach can really ask the questions that you've never thought to ask. And when you're in your head so much, sometimes you forget to tell the whole story. You tell the end of the story. You say, we need to do this.
Yep.
Okay, well, let me take you 5 steps back. What was the problem that needed to be solved?
Exactly.
And then how did that show up in like a client's life? Like this is how we
Exactly.
get the stories for the book,
Exactly.
you know, like they go, clients will need a Roth IRA.
Right.
Okay.
And you missed the
So
whole connecting with their world.
yeah, we're here, we're down here. Let's start back here.
It's the curse of
Yes,
knowledge, right?
it
It's like
is.
I just want to jump to the solution. It's like because I can understand the situation very quickly. I know what the solution is, and that just doesn't work. They need to see themselves in the
Mhm.
problem before you introduce the solution.
Well, and it's okay too. We all have our blind spots. It's
Of
not a
course.
bad thing. It's not like an indictment on your character. It's you live in this world every single day. I
It's
get
myself
that.
included, right? I mean,
Yeah.
this isn't our clients. This is me. This is you. This is
Mhm.
everyone. Is that we're so
Mhm.
close to it
Mhm.
that it really needs someone else to ask those questions and see it from the reader's point of view on your behalf.
My favorite answer is when I ask a question, I've never thought of it that way. That's my favorite response because that means we're going to get something fresh, something new, something that maybe will trigger another thought of something you want to put in the book. Or it might trigger a story as to why this has become important to you and something that you recommend to every client. Okay, so why do you recommend this to every client? There has to be a why. It's like a warning label. It's on the warning label because someone did it. So why is this something you recommend to every client? Because there has to be a reason.
Yeah,
What's that reason? I've never thought of it that way. I'm like, that's the golden ticket. We're getting somewhere. If you've never thought of
exactly.
something some way, we're going to get something fresh and new, and your gears are going to get turning, and the creativity is going to get flowing. And that's when we're cooking, you know?